All right, let's continue the conversation around the coverage of the search and recovery efforts, including mop-up operations in the Eastern Cape. Our Tambo Municipal Manager is Basil Mase, who joins us now for more on the situation on the ground. Mr. Mase, good evening to you, and thank you for your time. Some very serious and disheartening questions are beginning to come up on the back of the president having been on the ground in Umtata. And the disquiet, Mr. Mase, has to do with the treatment of people who are sheltered in community halls. Why are they being moved around without any assistance, it would seem?
Good evening, Polly. Good evening to your viewers as well. It can be correct, Polly, that they've been moved around. Yes, Polly, they were kept in different sites, in community halls, churches, and schools. But the Department of Human Settlement intervened, and they are now moved to guest houses and B&Bs as we are working out for their return to their normal livelihoods. So that is what is happening, Polly.
Yeah. All right. So you say they are moved around to guest houses and B&Bs. We'll come back to that in a moment. As they are being moved around, are they told specifically to leave behind mattresses, to leave behind blankets? These people have babies with them, at least most of them. It is cold. It's in the winter months. Is that indeed the instruction to them, that they must leave behind what has been donated to them?
Not at all, Polly. That's not the instruction. Let's set the record clear, Polly. Yesterday, when the Department of Human Settlement intervened and offered to arrange guest houses for them, we had to move them into those guest houses. And surely, there was no way they would have carried mattresses into guest houses. There were beds there that were prepared for them. Food was prepared for them in the guest houses. So that was the arrangement. Yes, when they got to guest houses had not been paid as initially arranged. So we had to go back and place them in a community hall once more. Even then, they were served with hot food. They were provided with blankets. They were provided with mattresses. Early in the morning, as early as 6 o'clock in the morning, our team of officials from across government provided hot food to them. They have been moved, as I speak, into the guest houses that were prepared for them as early as yesterday.
I can move along with the statement that says they were moved back to a community hall when a guest house or guest houses could not accommodate them because money had not been paid. But mattresses were definitely not provided, Mr. Mase, and we bore witness to that this morning. Our reporter was at a community hall where she even tapped the floor to demonstrate that this is a concrete floor and there are no mattresses around. So that, you have to admit to, is a failing.
I'm not going to tell a lie, Polly. Yes, there were glitches yesterday when they were moved to guest houses. As they were moved to guest houses, mattresses and the blankets that they were using were left in the community halls they were using before. So when we got to guest houses, there was no proper or final arrangement made with the guest houses yesterday. So we had to come back to community halls. So the mattresses they'd been using at their previous sites had to be moved into a hall in the OR Tambo district offices so that they are placed in that hall up until issues with the guest houses were sorted. And such was sorted as early as 7 o'clock this morning. They were served food hot food in that hall. They were then moved into the guest houses as promised. Yes, I can't deny there were glitches yesterday when they were moved between their former sites to the guest houses. I can't deny that.
Why was there a delay in paying the guest houses? Because you would agree with me, it is frustrating for people who are already dealing with trauma of having lost loved ones, and you adding further strain, you adding further pressure by placing them in a guest house only to find that they can't be accommodated there because someone has not paid the necessary funds. Now you have to take them to a place where they literally have to sleep on a concrete floor. That's inhumane.
I can confirm once more that there was poor communication between the National Department of Human Settlement and ourselves in the district. So when we moved them from the previous sites, the final arrangement had not been made by the Department of Human Settlement that had promised to do so. It is not their fault that was not done. We can take the blame as the district municipality because we should have waited for the final communication from the Department of Human Settlement that says we have now paid and therefore you can move people into the guest houses. We take the blame for that, and we've gone to meet the affected people, and we expressed our word of apology. We apologized for the inconvenience we caused to them, and we have sorted out that matter. We are now looking forward to working with them up until they are returned to their normal livelihoods.
Yeah. Let's talk about the guest houses and B&Bs. How much money is ring-fenced by the municipality? And I'm actually very happy that I'm talking to a municipal manager here. You are the numbers person, you are the accounting officer. How much money is ring-fenced for these people to be kept at these guest houses and B&Bs, and how long a period will they stay there?
I can't speak on that story because, as I said, this is a commitment by the National Department of Human Settlement. It is only the National Department of Human Settlement that can give more clarity on the matter. But where I'm sitting, I'm not sure how much is involved, because it's not going to be paid by the district municipality, but by the National Department of Human Settlements.
I see. All right. Let's then understand the monies that will likely flow from these national departments to the municipality. How will those be channeled, and by when are you likely to receive these? I'm talking now about the overall intervention from national government to help out with this flood situation.
This is not a matter within my control. I can't confirm how soon shall we be receiving monies. But all I can tell you now is that national government, provincial government, local government is in one place, working in unison to make sure that these communities are supported. A lot of work is happening. The Department of Water and Sanitation has provided 4 trucks to provide water cutting to communities. Non-governmental organizations have come into the loop. They are providing support of different kinds. We're not sure how much money is going to be put by government into mopping up the damages and all the infrastructure breakdown that has been experienced. Currently, we are conducting assessment, and once that assessment is done, we will be able to actually quantify the damages and be able to estimate how much money may be needed for that. But that's all in the hands of national government, and as I say, we are working together to make this determination. And once that assessment has been finalized, national government will announce how much is being given to us in order to deal with the problems we are confronting.
Yeah. Well, you will understand, Mr. Mase, that people will start distrusting and mistrusting the municipality purely based on just how people are moved around and there are shortcomings here and there. How would you answer the question about when the monies start flowing to the municipality? Yes, I understand you're working together as the three spheres of government, but when these monies start flowing, accountability for every cent that is spent, what measures are in place to ensure that you can account for every cent that will be channeled towards your municipality specifically?
First of all, Koli, let me put this point very clear. We have built trust with our communities. There is no way one could start to imagine that our communities are not going to trust us. We are communicating with our communities on a day-to-day basis. From the very first day on the 9th of June, we were with them, we were working with them, we were supporting them, we were providing all they needed at the time. So they are not going to mistrust us at any point. Let me make that point very clear. But secondly, we have our own accounting systems as the local sphere, like any other government at a government department. We will stick to those accounting systems. We'll make sure that we follow proper procurement processes to make sure that we do not falter along the way. We'll make sure that we report on all the procurement that we are doing. But as I can tell you, it is not going to be the first time that we are receiving monies allocated for disaster. Around about 2022, when there was COVID, we were given a lot of money, and every cent of that money that was allocated to us was accounted for. We gave a feedback to communities about what we did with the money allocated to us. There is a record, both with National Treasury and Auditor General, that every cent that was allocated to us was used according to what it was allocated for. So there's no doubt, again, that we will account for every cent as we did in 2022.
Mr. Mase, a final question. You say that there shouldn't be any reason for people to start mistrusting you now, but the realities on the ground point to that particular reality that people are starting to question you. Can we talk about why it is that they are calling for particular services to be made available to them? What am I talking about? The Home Affairs, the mobile trucks that will help people, whether they have lost identity documents at this time, with so many lives lost, people are going to need death certificates. Why are those not roaming the streets, particularly the affected communities? Mobile clinics, those also have to be on standby, roaming around. I was talking to Oxfam, the humanitarian organization, and they are quite clear. Can these government services be visible? Why are they not visible?
Actually, Koli, these government services are visible. I'm on the ground, Koli. You must be sitting somewhere in Johannesburg. I'm in Umtata. I'm interacting with our communities every day. Our leadership, our executive mayor is out there talking to communities, and he has assured communities that these services will be provided at their doorsteps. When we met with the Minister of Human Settlements this afternoon, she made it clear that Home Affairs, there are 2 trucks available currently in the district now that are going around assisting those people that lost their documentation. She even suggested how best we can assist those people that lost all their documentation. So we are on the ground. We have health services on the ground. We have trucks from Home Affairs assisting our people. So there's no way one can suggests that our communities are not going to trust us. We are with them, we're living with them, we're providing these services they need so much. Every day, every hour, we are there to support them. We are all ears on the ground, and we will work with them to make sure that these services are provided.
Basil Mase, we are going to hold you to those very statements you are telling us tonight. Thank you very much for your time. Basil Mase is the municipal manager at the OR Tambo District Municipality.